Mandatory electronic transmission of results is what the National Assembly has rejected. And Nigeria, as it is today, we must realize that the APC-led federal government has decided to wage a war against democracy and by extension the lives of all of us as Nigerians. Because an unpopular government who know that they cannot win an election when it comes to free, fair and credible polls, know that the only option they have today is electoral malpractice, a corrupt INEC and a corrupt judiciary. But there is history to read. I said in 2023 that Nigeria made a mistake in 2015. Buhari was a mistake that should never have been made. Tinubu is the consequence of that mistake. And Nigeria, the likely instance or scenario is likened to the body of a sick individual in almost a dying state that should have been handed over to professional medical personnel to treat, was rather handed over to organ harvesters who have no interest in fixing that body, but are harvesting the remaining vital organs for personal gains. Nigeria today is almost completely in the hands of criminal elements, and from top to bottom, what we call government is organized criminality. So for more than 2 years after the 2023 charade that was conducted by Mahmoud Yakubu, where he collected more than 300 billion and claimed that electronic technology will be the game changer, but somehow there was a glitch. He was not held to account. He has been nominated and confirmed to become an ambassador. Now the people have said we do not want to make electronic real-time transmission optional for INEC. We need it to be mandatory, and there should be consequences if INEC decides to go against its guidelines. The 10th Assembly, which is a rubber stamp assembly, the most unproductive, by the way, in the history of Parliament, decided to surreptitiously through the back door pass an act that is only going to become a document of fraud to aid and abet corruption and election rigging. And any well-meaning Nigerian who means well for our life must wake up and resist it, because our keeping quiet or our collective silence has emboldened Akpabio to convert the 10th Assembly into what it has become today.
What do you make of the scenario where we have senators speaking from both sides of their mouth? Some are saying 85% of senators supported transmission of results.
Yes.
And then others are saying, yes, we did not reject it. What exactly, why do you see this confusion between them?
I think every member of the 10th National Assembly from top to bottom should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves for conducting themselves in the way and manner they have carried themselves from the inauguration of that 10th Assembly. Both those in the APC and those in the opposition, because it is their collective docility that has converted the Assembly to become almost a den of armed robber, cavalier in their impunity, only able to aid and sustain corruption and criminality in government. When did the hearing for electoral reforms begin? How long did it take for us to pass an act where you could change an anthem, the national anthem, in one day? If President Tinubu wants to borrow loan from Money Point to clear Pampe, he can get it within 5 minutes on the rubber stamp Akpabio Senate. Yet an electoral bill for more than 2 years, committees from both the House and the Senate have been meeting, and it has dragged up till this point. Mr. Victor, we are in February of 2026. Election should be at least maybe February or March of 2027. So it is